here with the Outdoor Gear Review, and today I am out taking a hike to a beautiful waterfall. And don't worry, because behind the camera we have...
Everybody, my name is Luke. This is the Outdoor Gear Review, and today we are at an awesome trail that Susan and I actually stumbled upon a few years back. You're ruining my video, car. How could you? So a few years back, we came out, we were exploring the area here in Virginia. We are close to Bedford, Virginia.
Yes.
So we stumbled across this trail and it led to this amazing waterfall. It was absolutely amazing. And this is the FallingWater Cascade. When we first read about this trail online, it sounded like a nice little waterfall. But once we actually got to the trail and found it, it blew our minds. It is incredible, and we think you guys are going to enjoy this a lot. I tell you what, the weather conditions could not be any better, because right now it is, what, 67 degrees? Like, there's a slight breeze. It feels amazing out here. It is awesome. And that's funny because roughly 2 days ago, it was in the 90s here. Super, super hot. Now, this really is just one day hike out of at least two that we are filming here in Virginia. We've come up for a couple of days, really because this is one of those locations that we just wanted to come back to. We wanted to share this with you all because, well, it shocked us when we saw this waterfall. And I think you guys are going to like it as well.
So to tell you guys a little bit about this trail, we are on a trail that's off of the Blue Ridge Parkway in Virginia. And this trail is a 1.5 mile loop, and you only are gonna go down about 500 feet. It is rated as moderate because you're going straight down and then you have to hike back out, but it's absolutely worth the trip and absolutely beautiful.
Now, when it comes to this trail, I remember thinking to myself specifically, I mean, it looks like you're hiking into a gorge of sorts, and it goes on to the point where it almost looks like you're like out west. It doesn't even look like the East Coast.
Yeah, it is a rocky trail, so keep that in mind if you decide to do it. It's very rocky, lots of loose rocks as we're heading down.
And that's what I remember specifically about this trail. I mean, it starts off all wooded, gets rocky, and then all of a sudden it's like you're teleported out west. And also there are some really, really cool trees, just like this one. Looks like a panther's head right there.
Yeah.
So the Bedford area here on the parkway just outside of Roanoke is an awesome spot for hiking trails of all sorts. I mean, there are places where there's crashed airplanes that you can actually go to. The Appalachian Trail comes through, and there are tons and tons of waterfalls. Now, already as we're going down, the scenery is changing, the landscape. There's more pine trees, more pine needles. It's rocky. You can hear just a little bit of water. In many ways, it feels just like Colorado. Speaking of which, Susie.
Yeah?
Are you ready to go back?
Yeah, it's coming up, guys.
It is coming up.
Yeah.
Cannot wait.
From what I understand, they just opened up Maroon Bells. They had a crazy amount of snow for their winter season, a lot more snow than what's typical, so that did open late.
So check out this tree, everyone. Resting in this small one right here. So we are getting closer and closer to the falls. I hear people having a good time, hooping and hollering. Hopefully nobody's hurt. For some reason, when it comes to waterfalls, people like to die on them. We have tons of waterfalls, of course, living in the mountains, and 4 or 5 people a year will slip and fall, unfortunately. As you all can tell, there used to be a bridge here at one point in time. The foundation is basically all that remains. It just got washed away in a storm. Check out the size of this boulder right here. This thing is a monster. And the thing is, it washed down the mountain to rest right there. That's pretty crazy. That is beautiful.
It is beautiful.
This is such a nice spot.
It is. It's so quiet, and you would never think it's down here when you drive by.
That's true.
You know?
So, a few observations. 1, the mosquitoes are out already. 2, there's a lot of stinging nettle along this trail, so make sure to pay attention to what you're doing. You don't want to rub up against the wrong plant here. Wow, everyone, check this out. What do you think, Susie?
I love it.
It is gorgeous, isn't it?
Yeah.
I told you all, this is a cool trail. If you are ever out in this part of the country, make sure to come check it out. It's a shorty, but it's a good one. Jesus Christ. I'll let my Southern heritage really speak. It's a shorty, but it's a good one. You have to be very, very careful with fallen trees like this. Sometimes they can be extremely slick. This one actually has some texture to it. Always be careful, folks, always. Susie and I, we made it to the top. Good job, Susie. It is gorgeous up here. So when it comes to this trail, this is very easy going. There are some trees to go under, but nothing too big. I would pretty much rate this trail for just about anybody. There are quite a few steps, so keep that in mind if that's an issue. Otherwise, very easy going.
So if you remember, we actually haven't come on this part of the trail. We were out exploring you were taking photos, if you remember.
Right.
And so we didn't really know where we were, and we came here, did our photos, and we actually went back the way that we came. So we've never done the full loop.
That's true. When Susie and I came out here, we had no idea where we were. We had no idea what the trail was, and we just took it. Sometimes you'll find those secret gems hidden in the forest by doing just that. For this short little adventure, that pretty much wraps it up. Susie and I, we are going to go find some dinner someplace here in the Bedford area, because it may not look it, but it's actually getting pretty late. It is almost 8 o'clock. What an awesome trail.
Thanks again for joining us down to the FallingWater Cascades. Hope you guys enjoyed it. It is a beautiful hike. Highly recommend it.
Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, support through Patreon. Until next time, strength and honor. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Everyone, make sure to check the channel next week, because we will have another day hike episode where we are exploring some more waterfalls, because essentially that is what we are here for. We are chasing waterfalls, even though it's been said not to. Why is that? Don't go chasing waterfalls.
Because it leads to lakes and rivers that you're not used to or something? I don't know.
I have no idea what that song is about, do you?
Now it's in my head.